This is Thursday morning, the 17th of September, and of course a big day for markets, currency markets, and stock market here in the U.S. as the Fed's expected to make its announcement today, this afternoon. So this morning I'm going to look at the Aussie-US dollar. Figure we look at a US dollar related pair, and looking across our heat map here, we can see on the weekly trend, still the weekly trend is very bearish, but we have 4-hour type trends which are a little bit more bullish, as you can see. So we have kind of a mixed bag here, and looking at the intraday charts in here, which are the 4-hour, 1-hour, and 15-minute charts here at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, kind of a little bit bearish, but again mixed in here as well. So we're going to flip over to the daily Forex chart, and what we see here, we had previously come into an area up in here, which I mentioned to the members as an area of resistance, and that was an area of resistance. We're still below the daily Kumo, as you can see here on the left panel, and this is a daily chart here. Get rid of that line there. And what we have is we have price moving up. So it's a counter trend move right now. Chiku is still below the historical price curve. We have Tenkan Sen, the red line, still below the Kaijin Sen, so it's still a very bearish move up in here. This would be an area of a possible stop because that was the area of last resistance, if you will. Do not have a confirmed move to take it short, however. This line needs to be moved up into here, and that's one of the areas I'd be watching for a possible move down. And we can also draw a fib line from this move here up into here to see currently where we are. And typically I'm looking for at least a 23% pullback in order to get into that. A 23% pullback from this area that I just drew would put us right around the area of that green line. So right around 71.41 is the area I'm watching. Looking for a move below that probably before I get into the trade, and that's based on whether this does not go any higher. As I mentioned, we do have some overhead resistance here, strong overhead resistance I should say, leaning down on this daily Kumo. Looking at our 4-hour and 16-hour Kumo combination here, you can see that the 4-hour is still below the 16-hour, so that strong bearish trend is still in place. And then if we look over here at our right panel, you can see that Coppock Curve has been kind of dancing around, but it's been above the zero line back from in here when we transitioned up into this counter trend move. So that 4-hour Coppock Curve moving above the zero line correlates to this Fibonacci fractal changeover transition that we had, and the long string of movement in a counter trend move up. So expecting overhead resistance, but no proof yet to take that short. Of course, with today's Fed announcement, volatility could increase quite a bit, but that's the area that I'll be watching on that chart. Does not mean I'll enter right at that point, but that's the area that I'm watching and looking for more confirmation with Coppock Curve on the 4-hour moving back below the zero line to confirm that short entry. Hope you have a good day of trading, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning.